Hey everybody, Molly Stone-Bibb, Senior Executive Unit Leader with Avon Products, back with you again because I have something fantastic to share with you. Recently on our Friday night call, we were going over what I am using for a successful starter kit for new representatives, whether they're in my first gen or my second gen or my third gen. I've got something for all of them. And I had something that I called the Avon Bible for a while. And what happened was Avon did a lot of changes, and we know that happens a lot. They change stuff, so you always have to be ready to adjust so that you can then figure out your duplication again, okay? So it took me a while because I wanted to make sure that all the changes were in place, and we weren't really sure what all was coming. But I finally got it all together. I'm so excited. I've been using this now for about 2, maybe 3 campaigns. And I'm loving this because I also wanted to see how my reps responded to it. And the reason is because on my new representatives, first, second, and third gen, we normally run close to 75–80% success rate in them putting in their first order. And that comes not just because we find great representatives, but because we're trying to make great representatives and we're trying to instill in them exactly what they need to be a great representative. But there's something that we all forget as leaders. We're especially representatives who've been in for a while. See, we've been into this flow for a long time, and it's easy for us because we have duplicated what we do over and over and over again. Every 2 weeks we put our order in, we sign people up, we do what we do. It's easy for us because we have found our mojo. But what we forget is when a new representative comes on, their mojo isn't there. They don't know what it is. They're lost. I mean, let's just take a look at it from the beginning, okay? Think about this. When a new representative comes on now with the new kit, which we all know is completely awesome. I love it. I know it's $15 now, $5 more, but how awesome is this kit with a nice folder, and you've got the free products that are in here and awesome samples, and this is great, but the deal is, look, you guys have seen how it's done. You know, they get this box and there are 2 campaigns worth of books, and most of them don't even know what a campaign is. Remember, unless they've come back and they've sold Avon before, they have no clue. So they're finding all these books. They probably think they're just supposed to hand them all out, and if they haven't had time to call us because of their kids or their work schedule or something like that, then they really don't know. They don't know when their order goes in. You know, Avon sends them an email telling them about registration, but what if they miss it? I just felt like, and I've always felt this way, that they needed more. And the reason that I felt they needed more is because when I signed up, I got more. When my upline, Mary Ann Penn, who was the Senior Executive Unit Leader at the time, signed me up, she gave me more than just the kit that Avon sent to me or that she gave me personally in my case. So what is it that they could use to really, I guess the way I want to put this is, if I send them out something and I get hit by a truck tomorrow, oh God, I hope not, but if I get hit by a truck tomorrow and bam, Molly's dead, I want to make sure that what I've just sent out to them, that they can take what I send them, partnered with what Avon has sent them, and that they can successfully, if they read everything, if they follow up, they can make this business work. That's what I want for them. Remember, we want to raise up representatives who can do this themselves. Look, we are here to help them, to support them, to not let them be in business by themselves. But what we hope is when they find their mojo and everything, that they are going to be able to take what they've learned and the questions that we do answer and the partnership we do give them, and they are going to be able to take this business and build it to what they want it. Maybe not what we want it, but what they want it. And in order to do that, we have to give them things that is going to explain it, because to us, it's everyday stuff. We know, does your order go in every other Monday, every other Tuesday? You know you're getting it on Thursday. You know you're getting it on Wednesday. We didn't know that when we started, okay? So we're going to make sure they get it. So I love this. But what I do is I include a folder, and I don't have one of the folders with me for this right now, but you know, folder, regular like pocket folder. I use the color yellow because it's bright and I know that they can't miss it, so to speak. If I'm signing them up in person, then I put that folder in that little envelope sleeve they give us for the new kit when I'm bringing it to them. But if not, I have a lot of online signups because I have people all over the country that are on my team. And so it is, a little bit difficult to partner with people if you don't know what you're going to have in place to help them from the beginning. So what we used to call the Avon Bible, because of Avon now enforcing a lot of their policies and procedures, I felt more comfortable to be with policy and to change this to Molly's Bible for successful representatives and successful new representatives, okay, to get your teams off to a good start. So you know what they're getting. Excuse me, got a little bit of a cold going on. You know what they're getting in the kit. The first thing that I do before I send out anything or get anything together, the first thing I do is I send out an email. Now, my email, of course, right now, I have it on paper, okay, so that you can kind of see it there. What's it say at the top? This email basically says, hi. Oh, let me say first before I start, all of these files, the email that I use, the stuff I'm going to show you on this video, everything I have is on my files in the Onward No Matter What Facebook group that I am the administrator of. A lot of times people will comment underneath my YouTube videos and they'll say, oh, hey, Molly, can you email this to such and such? Guys, I get so many people who send me messages, and some of them I don't even get to read till months down the road. I have more videos. People are watching them all the time. I have my own team to mentor and to take care of, and my own business with my customers, not to mention a family and everything else going on, not to mention a Facebook group with, at the time of this video, almost 6,100 people in it. So the best thing you can do is don't ask me to email you something. Get on Facebook, look up Onward, No Matter What. You're going to see there's going to be a link on the screen that you can go and you can ask to join. How will you be let into this group? Well, I hope for advertising purposes that you have something that says that you're an Avon independent sales rep on your page under your job description or something, so that I see that immediately when I see you. Maybe you have a Facebook banner that has something to do with Avon. This I will tell you, if you don't have anything on your Facebook, and I'm sorry if you have a separate Facebook account for your business, and that's all cool, nothing against that, but if what I'm looking at has nothing about Avon on it, then what happens is you're not getting into my group unless you private message me on Facebook. And again, I get hundreds, sometimes 300 or 400 private messages that are sitting in my Facebook box that says, hey, I'm an Avon representative. It's not on my page, but this is my website address. Mine is youravon.com/Molly Stone. So whatever yours is, if you send that to me, it will. If your upline is a part of my group, the best thing you can do is have them ask for you to be in the group, because then I know you are associated with Avon. Okay, so let me get that out of the way, because so many people want what I share on YouTube videos. And remember, I do these YouTube videos for my team. I've just opened them up to the public so that all representatives can benefit from this. A lot of people don't have uplines. A lot of people don't have a great relationship with their uplines or their district sales managers. And a lot of people just don't do things like I do. And let me be clear again. Just because I'm doing this and this is how I do it doesn't mean this is the only way. We now have a new title, National Senior Executive Unit Leader, and I'm not there yet. I have something to shoot for, which is awesome. But I am a senior executive, and I know we have about, out of 400,000 representatives, we probably have 167 senior executives and probably about 22, 23 national seniors. Out of 400,000 representatives, something I'm doing must be okay to get me there. But what I'm telling you is there are other seniors who have done things completely different, and they're there too. So there are all different ways to get to where you want to go. You just happen to be watching my YouTube video right now, probably because I'm a little bit goofy, and I get it. It's just how I am all the time. Today you get my Avon hat, which is pretty awesome. Normally you get big hair. You know, you'd think I was from Texas with the big hair, but I can't help it. I love it. Hairspray, you know. Anyways, we're getting off the subject. So what I'm telling you is, on Onward, no matter what, on my Facebook group, all of these things plus so much more that I have opened up and shared, they're all in the files. When you get into the group and you go up to the top and you see files, if you click into that, you're going to see all of this. And for Molly's Avon, or for Molly's Bible, it's all going to be listed. It's going to be, these are the emails I sent. Then for the Avon, I keep saying Avon Bible. For Molly's Bible, it's going to be Molly's Bible number 1, I think, through 11 or 12. So you're going to be able to pick them out because Lee has numbered them very successfully on there, okay? So this is going to be easy for you to grab, but please don't wait for me to send this to you to your email. I really don't have time for that. Look, one of my passions is sharing what I do with the Avon world. I like them to know what I've done to become more successful, because if I become more successful and I'm sharing something that can make you successful, then Avon is successful and we're all making money. And isn't that what it's about? Changing our lives, putting more money in our pocket, and helping to change other people's lives while we're out there. So don't forget, if you want the files, you got to get on the group and get them, okay? All right, so this is an email that I send out. In this email, it has, in this case, it says, "Hi, Melissa." It says your Avon account number is, and it gives the Avon account number. Your Avon district number is, I've given them their district number. Your district manager is, and it gives the district manager's name and number, and also the district manager's email. But Molly, why do you put that on there? This rep is your representative, because as you get bigger, all your representatives are not going to be within 5 miles of you. And I've got reps clear across the country: California, Alaska, Arkansas, Arizona, Florida, Montana. I mean, you name it. We've got them in probably 30-something states right now. And that is great, because when you expand your business, people can sign up online now. You want to make sure that you are reaching out to them, but you want them to know who their district manager is in that area, so that they could partner with them or go to their meetings or something like that, if they have a want to or a need to. Okay, a lot of times I reach out to the district managers and say, "Hey, I just signed somebody up in your district. I'm getting ready to send a packet out to them, blah, blah, blah. If you could reach out, person may need some help." So a lot of times that'll help. How do you find that? Well, if you go to where you put the contracts in, underneath my account on youravon.com, if you look where you actually put in the contract, if you're signing them up online, you're going to see there's a zip code search up there in the right-hand corner. I think it's the right-hand corner, but it's one of the corners. If you look there, and if you put a zip code in there, it's going to bring up what information in that zip code it would be. It's going to bring up her phone number. It doesn't bring up their email addresses, but I will tell you that 95% of the time, their email addresses are jane.smith@avon.com. So if it's Jane Smith who's a district manager, it's normally jane.smith. Now, a lot of times they have a hyphenated name, or they've gotten remarried, but they haven't changed it with Avon. So if you're not sure, reach out to them by phone. Reach out to them by what you think the email is and see if you get a response. But I do think it's important, just me, but I think it's important that they have that. It says, "Welcome to Avon. You picked a great time to become involved with an Avon business of your own. In this economy, Avon sells better than usual because we have such low prices and good values. It is also easier to build a team of your own if you choose that option, because lots of people need to earn extra money right now. Great decision. You will be receiving 2 packages in the mail. One directly from Avon. That is your starter kit. It will have the Avon brochures, an order pad, and instruction materials that you need to get started. The second package will be a package from me. I have put together some information and resources that I think will help you with your new Avon business. While you're waiting for those to arrive, if you want to take the time to go to youravon.com and register if you haven't already, so that you will have access to all of the free online training. Just click on the training tab and pathways. Avon even has marked which classes are best to start with new representatives. The online training classes are fun, interactive, and not boring. Gotta love that. I also provide YouTube videos to help you with ideas of how to grow your business. Please feel free to subscribe to them so that you don't miss any. I also have team conference calls, free every other Friday night for support. This is the schedule, and then I give the next scheduled call. There is also a replay available if you can't be there live. You can listen to it. We also have a national Facebook group for ongoing help, motivation, inspiration for all reps who want to succeed in this business. I tell them where to go. I tell them it's a closed group, so to ask to join and check it out. I get paid specifically to help you with your new business by Avon, so please don't hesitate to contact me or my office staff. I give them my number, tell them how the best way is to reach me. You can also email me, or texting is probably fastest for me. You'll find my business card included in your packet for me, so please save it for the future reference. I'm here for you. P.S. It's a good idea to ask for payment with order from your customers because you are a new Avon representative. Avon is likely to ask for a deposit or full payment when placing your order until you build up a history of paying with Avon. To make sure you are prepared should they ask, collecting payments at time of orders is a good way to do business. PSS. We place one order every 2 weeks according to our mail plan schedule, so there is no need to order immediately. I have that underlined, and I have that, let me look here. I have that underlined, as you can see here. See that? I have that underlined, and I have it bolded, that there is no need to place an order immediately. I have included a copy of your mail plan schedule in the packet that I send, and you can also find it at www.youravon.com by clicking on profile and seeing calendar. Take the time now to tell as many people as possible about your business and start collecting orders. I can help you navigate the site when placing your first order, but it will also be helpful if you have completed the initial online training. Let's talk soon. Okay, what did you hear in there? You heard a lot of stuff that I do. You hear a lot of stuff I offer. And yes, if you get on my calls, you can direct them to my calls. If you think my YouTube videos are good, feel free to use that if you want to. But if you're having meetings or things, or you're having a conference call, I don't care if your team, one person shows up or 3 people show up, put it on here. You need to take something like this, and you need to make sure that this goes out within the first 48 hours of somebody signing up, so that they know they are not alone in all this, okay? So I send that out. Now, this is for my first gem. Then I also send the same thing out to my second and third gem. The difference is on this one, I put their account number, their district number, their upline's name, their upline's number, their upline's email address, and the district manager information. My people who are in my first and second gen, they know that I send this out to everybody in my first, second, and third gen. So there's no need for them to duplicate it. I'm actually saving my team some money, but I also tell them they have all of this. So as they're building down to their lower generations that I don't send to, they are sending these out to people. Okay? So the point is this. You got to do what you got to do to help people be successful. And this is just a start. Remember, this is just an email, okay? Just an email. But this lets them know from the beginning you were there for them. You were helped direct them until they find their mojo, because that's the key. That's the key here. The key is duplication. You want to duplicate what you are doing in such an easy way that they can pick up what you give them. And they can do the same if they choose to. Yes, you're going to have some pain in the butts. They're going to want to call you all the time still. You're going to have those who never want to talk to you, and who knows if they are even going to answer the email. But it's not up to you to prejudge who's going to do that. You send it out and you see what happens. Okay? All right. So we talked about the email. So now let's get to the nitty-gritty. Okay. So you all have seen the short video and the stuff that I put out there on Onward No Matter What. It talks about the stuff that I put into my welcome kits when I send my welcome kits. And I'm talking about my welcome packet, not Avon stuff. This is extra that I do. I want you to know that as a senior executive, I have graduated with what I do here. I did not do all this in the beginning, okay? Number one, when I first started out in leadership, I couldn't have afforded to do all this, okay? Because now what I do is I send this packet out that I'm getting ready to share with you. I send them 5 brochures from each campaign. I send them skincare samples, cologne samples, perfume samples, and I also send them color samples, whether it's eyeshadow or lip color. This is something I do now. I send them an extra order book in case they get my stuff first before Avon gets theirs to them. What else do I send? I send them, if I have further out demo books, I send them the demo books. Gosh, what else do I send? I had a little thing here. Hold on. I send them a pack of clear literature bags because I think they're awesome and they're going to be on my list that's with there, but I want them to see that they are going to get 50 of those for 80 cents. If they order them. And I also, I was sending them a pen. I was getting pens that I had made up by lovemybuttons.com because they are like the most affordable button place out there and they are so classy. So I was sending them those buttons. But see, then Avon started sending a button, right? Avon started sending them up with these new kits. So I didn't have to do that. So now they have to earn another button if they want a button, okay? So if I see they're doing really well and they're putting in orders over, $100, $300, whatever it is, then I reward them with more stuff. But what I'm telling you is in the beginning, and I did this stuff, look, I don't do this for everybody. I don't do this for second or third gen because I train my people to do what they can do. But what I do for my second and third gen is I send them my packet, but I also send them like a thing of samples. Maybe it's a thing of skincare. Maybe it's a thing of the latest perfume. Maybe it's the new men's cologne or something. But I always send them something, okay? So that I send them something. But the thing is, in the beginning, maybe all you can send them out is a welcome packet and one thing of samples, even if they're in your first gen. That's okay. You reached out. Now, a lot of you are going to say, oh, Molly, when you're going through this, why can't I just email them everything? Okay, guys, you want to email them everything? Go ahead. But I want to ask you, how many people do you not have open up your emails? They're getting emails from Avon. They're getting emails from the district sales manager. They're getting emails from the upline. They're getting emails for this. They don't know what's important that you're sending them. But when I reach out to them, I've already tried to call them. Hey, I want you to know I'm sending you an email with pertinent information. I also send them a text. When you see an email from molly7720 at gmail.com, please open it because you really need that email. It's going to help get you started. So see, I start the path to directing them to what they need to do, because what I'm sending them past what Avon is sending them or anybody else, what I'm sending them is going to help them start to be successful. Could you email them everything else? Sure you could. But what if they have problems with their computers? What if they aren't that knowledgeable? What if they can't open up one of the files? What if? Do you really want to play with what if? Look, I can take this packet of stuff that I'm going to share with you right here, and I can put it in a large manila envelope for less than $2. And I can take my business card, hold on, I can take my business card and little old pretty paper clip, because I like purple and green ones, and I can put it here like this. And I know because I'm handwriting these out, and I'm putting a little sticker, again, from lovemybuttons.com. He makes little round stickers, and I have Onward no matter what. I have some that just have lips on them that say love your business. But because it's something that's coming to them, that's written out, curiosity always gets them. They want to open it up. Who sent me something? You know, if it's to my first gen, they're getting a priority envelope. It costs me, yes, $5 and something to send out, but that's because of all the extra stuff I'm sending them. I'm not telling you to do this, but I am telling you this is going to help them be successful. It's not about all the extras that you're sending them. It's about the great information to let them know that they can do this, okay? So email versus mail, I think in this case, snail mail is the best thing. I do. Again, just my opinion. Who am I? It's not like I have all the answers, but I know that the answers that I'm sharing with you right now are making me more successful. More importantly, they're making my team more successful. More importantly, everybody's making money. More importantly, people are not leaving this business because they just didn't get it and it was easy to walk away because it was only $15. So you have to think about that, okay? So the first thing that I have here, so that you know, and again, remember, all this is on Onward no matter what in the file. So if you're not already in the group, get your assets in there so that you can take advantage of this stuff, okay? This is my welcome letter. You see I have the old Avon leadership logo. I love that. It has that picture of somebody helping somebody else up the steps, up the ladders of success, and I just think that's awesome. I wish Avon would go back to using that one. I love that one as we're reaching for the stars, right? Okay, so this says, hello, Jennifer. Welcome to Avon and our team. Hopefully by now you've received your Avon Startup Kit. If you haven't, I'm sure it will be to you within the next few days. When you receive your kit, don't forget to call me or the person who you signed up with so that you have to use one letter instead of two different ones, or the person who you signed up with. If you would like to schedule a phone appointment to get all your questions answered and help you get started in your new Avon business. I have included a packet of things that I think will help you get started and help give you a jump start. Don't you love the fact that I use jump start, like our jump start bonuses for leadership? So I'm always trying to use those keywords, right? Jump start and understanding how to run your business. Remember, the most important thing is to get your books out to people and collect orders. I let them know from the beginning it's about the sales. If you don't understand anything else, share the brochures and collect the orders. Of course, if you have any questions before that, please do not hesitate to call. Remember, you are in business for yourself, but never by yourself. I am another source of support for you. And then I sign it with all my info, blah, 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 blah. And by the way, I need to give credit where credit's due. I am one who asks a lot of seniors and executives what they use. I love to get new ideas. I will never think that I know it all because I do not. And I love to see what people are using. And then what I like to do is take a piece of this and a piece of this, and then what I want to include for me and what I think is important. And I've done that. Some of this comes from Lisa Wilbur, and hey, you don't want to make, over 10,000 every 2 weeks. That lady does, okay? I took some of this from Teresa Paul. Great friend, but also business partner that I love to hear what she's doing in her business. And then I took some of this from what Marianne Penn, my upline, was doing. Things she taught me from the beginning that were very important for people to know, like when they put in their first order, things like that. They need to know that. They did that for me. And then I took my spin on things, Molly stuff. Did you notice my letters kind of sound like my goofy self? It's not all business-like. That they can like it or they don't have to like it. But what they get is what they get. And they get me. And they all get the same thing no matter what. Okay? So that letter I started out with. Now, this is where it gets good. Okay, I'm so excited. Every time I do one of these, I get excited. I'm just like, perfecto. I love it. So this is the start of the kit. This first file that you're going to get on here is actually 4 pages long. Yeah, 4 pages long. Okay. Take it and dummy it any way you want to. A lot of this stuff has to do with me and what I do with my team. But again, this is about giving you an idea of what I use, okay? Just an idea, okay? So, this says, of course, you see here, it's kind of like my own little Avon swishy logo here. It says, congratulations on your new business. Up here, you're going to see it says your account number. Again, I've already given this information in an email, but this is what they're getting in their hands, snail mail. So if they've already gotten it, that's great. But guess what? There's another place to find it. When they can't find that email, when it's been deleted by mistake, when they don't know what to do and their papers are all over the place, I can say that that information that was paper clipped together with my business card, do you have that? The one that has the black and white Avon logo on the top. Do you have that? Because they're your most important papers. Okay, so I put on here their account number, their district number, and then it says your first order for campaign, this one says 12, is due, and I give them the first date that their order is due. Now, we know with the new rules with Avon that an Avon representative, a new one, is pending until they place the first order. This will be whatever books Avon's sending them. It is going to be whatever books they are. I'm putting that down. But what I hope to accomplish is by the time they get this, let's say something's happened and their world is crazy and they can't put in a 12, okay? Maybe they need to wait and put in a 13. Well, they can use the 12s and the 13s to put a 13 order in. And I want them to be successful. It's not about when I want them to put in an order. And sure, I would love for them to put one in 12. But if what works for them is 13, then we have to get our eyes off of ourselves and onto our team to help them and what's best for them, okay? So I set it up so that it is that date, okay? Then I have one here. You'll see the first thing that's highlighted is about registering your account online. It tells them to go to youravon.com, click on register, enter your account number, district number, last four of your social, verify your info, and say yes to becoming an e-representative. And then I have in bold, this will set up your web store where your friends and family can shop online. Example, and then I give them mine here, the youravon.com/Molly Stone. I give them the example of what that's going to look like so that they know what they're looking for when they say yes to that, okay? The next thing I put on there is training. After you've entered the site, you should immediately begin taking training for your pathways. As a new representative, the links are on there. Blah, blah, blah. Begin with at least the first 5 courses listed underneath new representative. Look, this is what I know. Pathways is great when you get into it, but sometimes there's problems with the site. You know it. I know it. Avon knows it. Okay? They're working on it. But until they get it right, what we want to make sure of is we want to make sure that they are at least attempting to get on there. And yes, if their connection isn't right, if it's too slow, they're not going to. You want to know the truth? When I started doing YouTube videos, that's one of the reasons I did it. Is because people could get on a YouTube video easier than getting on the pathways. But sometimes for those who can get on or are trying to get on from work and they have these really great super fast connections, this will be great. You want them to know it's there because the truth of the matter is there are some classes in here that if they can get in and take them, they are awesome classes, okay? So you want to turn them on to it or else they don't know. The next thing I have is you can earn. Representatives receive free products to use, demo, or sell with a $100 order placed and paid in each of your first 4 campaigns. A bundle bonus is earned when a 5th order is placed of $100 or more to meet a cumulative sales of $400 in LOA 1 through 4. So the Just For You bundle thing that's out, I spell it out in here again. Even though they're getting something anyways from Avon, I spell it out again. Why? Because this is where a lot of you are going to get pissed off at me, but I don't care. Okay. I hear all the time on the Onward group, oh, you know what, my representative, you know, all they needed was a $50 order and their order was $39. Oh my gosh, I'm going to miss out on my $25 bonus. Really? Really? For real? All you're thinking about is somebody putting in a $50 order so that you can make $25? What is that? I'll tell you what it is. It ain't all about you, Cupcake, and you just made it about you. Because you should be showing them how to earn everything they could possibly earn with Avon. Whether it's incentive of free products, but most of all, you should be showing them that if they go out and share these brochures, that they absolutely can make what we call right now money right now. Me, myself, I go after a $300 order. I let them know from the beginning that I believe they can get close to a $300 order. You're like, what? Look, if they sell $50, by the time they buy their brochures and everything, what are they going to walk away with? $6.20? I mean, do you really think that's money? It's not. And you need to get off of yourself with that $50 order, leaders. And you need to get onto your team, and you need to show them how to be successful. You need to set up an expectation right from the beginning of what you know that all other representatives and they can do when they first start out in this business. And that's what I do. I had people private message me after the whole thing with the conference call because they heard me mention that I go after a $300 order, and the truth of the matter is I do. Okay, don't make $300 so big and bad. Now, also don't be mistaken and think that everybody I suggest a $300 order, don't be thinking they do it, okay? That doesn't always happen, but this does happen. They need a $100 order in order to participate in this, and they need to pay on time. And they need that for 4 campaigns, and the 5th campaign, if they do it again, they're going to get an extra bundle, right? I tell them when we're filling out their list, their who do they know list, and we try to get 50 people, and the thing is, just pick up their cell phone and say, how many people you got in here, Cupcake? You know, I mean, look, my big old phone, phone big, oh my gosh, it's like a small computer, but it's my eyes, you know, going to be 51 here soon. Anyways, pick up somebody's phone. Now, for me, I have 3,000 contacts in here. 3,000! And they're not all customers and reps. A lot of them are, but I tell them, who can you go after? Because when they say $300, I said, wait, let me break it down for you. If you have 12 people place a $25 order or more, $25, that's $300 in sales. 300. So if they have, 10 people, and they don't get the 12 people, that's 250 in sales, people. Just 10 people. Okay? 10 people. But think about it. If they got 5 people, it's $125 in sales. Now, I don't even break it down that far. But I'm telling you, show them how to do a $300 order. Show them, go through that brochure with them and show them. Now, a lot of people will say, well, oh, Molly, how do you do that? Do you do the family order? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, look. Yes, I believe that if you are selling this product, you should try to turn yourself on to as many of the Avon products as you can. Maybe it's not going to be all of them, but you should try to. But I do not believe that your whole order should be about, or their whole order, whose ever order, should not be about everything you're buying for yourself. When you're buying for yourself, you're getting a discount, but you're not making any money. Period. So do I think they should try, you know, if they already like the deodorant, if whatever it is, and yeah, they're going to just get a discount on that, that's great. But do I have them sit there and put a family order in first? No. What they buy for themselves is going to add to their order. It is going to add to their order. It is not about making half of that order what they use personally. They're still not making any money if you do that. So you need them to reach out. I tell them, reach out to at least 25 to 50 people with your website, personally with your brochures, recycle those brochures. Take an order, take it back, take it to someone else. Give it to somebody who works with 15 people and ask them to take orders. Tell them you'll give them 10% off of their order if they bring you orders. I don't care what you tell them. But the point is, you have to point out that it's not as hard as you think. $300, 12 people who place a $25 order or more. That's what it takes. And they're going to make money, okay? They're going to make some money. They're going to see it, and what happens then? They want to stay. We've hooked them. They're making money. So very briefly, there's the $300 thing and what I share with my people to say you should really give yourself a goal and shoot for a $300 order, and this is why that's simple. Okay, so you've been given that. I also tell them up front what they can earn. Okay, here you're going to see I break it down for them. I tell them, besides the bonus bundle, I tell them if your order is less than $50, you will be charged regular brochure products. You know what else I tell them? But you're not going to worry about that because your order's always going to be over that. You're not going to make any money by just selling $50 worth of products. So we're going to make sure you are going to go out and share these brochures with everybody because, girl, you can do this. I did it. You can do it. They believe me. They start to believe in themselves because I believe they can do it, and I've just told them that. So I break down the chart on here. I also have a little thing here that says you earn 20% on fixed earnings or diamond symbols, blah, blah, blah. I actually tell them, open the book if we're on the phone. I want you to go to this page. You see the watch. When you see that little symbol by the watch, that's a 20% product. It's a third-party item. We don't make it like Timex and Quartz. Somebody else does. So we only make 20% across the board. But everything else, perfume, skincare, all of that, I go through it. You can make up to 50% according to what the size of your order is when you put it in. So I let them know, and I tell them this because of hot spots or hot points. Look, guys, if somebody can make 40% by putting in, or let me go down one. If somebody can make 30% by putting in $150 order, okay, then the deal is this. If they put in $143 order and they're at 20%, I want them to know, no. This is where you order your family stuff. If you're $8, $10 away from that next level of 30%, so you can make 10 more percent on everything, your town needs to be getting your family stuff from there so that then you are going to make more money off all of your customer stuff. This is where you point out what they will make extra no matter what. So I believe in giving them all the information, whether anybody else believes it or not. It's just me. They know I'm going to be real with them. There are no surprises. The next thing is placing your orders. I tell them orders are placed every 2 weeks and need to be placed by noon Eastern Standard Time on your order day. It is okay to place the order the night before. Your order depends on your representative processing schedule, which is the RPS. You all know that. You can find your RPS or ordering schedule. I tell them where to go. And then I say, your mail plan is RPS 9 or whatever it is. They need to know what to look for. Now, I'm already with this giving them a copy of their representative processing schedule, okay, their RPS, when their orders go in. By the way, all the RPSs are also labeled on the Onward No Matter What site in the files, 2 to a page for you to be able to give to your representatives. I love it. It doesn't take a whole lot of ink. There's 2 to a page so that you're actually getting 2 kits out of it, and they're all labeled from Trendsetter to RPS 10 just for you. Okay, so then it says keep your store open at all times with your brochures. And again, yeah, I got it all highlighted because they need to know that. It says to invest in your business, you'll need to purchase your most important business tools every campaign. Your brochures! Exclamation point. After all, this is your store. Keep in mind you're ordering brochures for 2 campaigns ahead of the one you started in. Again, worded it very simply so that they understand what. Okay, so again, what we're doing is we're making sure that they know that they are ordering for 2 campaigns ahead of the one that they started in. Okay, we want to make sure that they get that. You get it. New people don't get it, so we have to tell them. It also says there is a sheet included with this packet with the brochure prices. The more you order, the cheaper they are. And we'll get to that page in a minute, but yeah, that's in there. Shipping charges are based upon your order size and whether your order was placed on time. I have one here. between $5.95 and $14.95. You'll see here, I have it right there, and I have the schedule right here as far as how much that they will pay. And it says your delivery day will be consistent unless a holiday falls within the schedule, in which case your order will be delayed 1 business day. So the point is, am I giving them all the information? You dang hide for sure. Yes, indeedy, Susie Q. I am giving them all the information. I want no surprises. I let them know when we're going over this how great this is, because most direct selling companies or anybody else, their shipping is much more than this normally. So this is a good thing. Okay. Next page says, in any campaign, you can order from the current brochures as well as the 2 previous brochures. Okay. So don't forget that. Okay. In any campaign, you can order from the next 2 campaigns what's new. I go through and I explain the what's new. You know how they have the R and then they have the PRP price on a lot of the things? I let them know what that is. Do you know what doing stuff like this does? It cuts out the questions to you. It cuts out some of your phone calls. It cuts out that kind of stuff, okay? So, so be sure to make sure that you add this. I think this is important. I used to get so many calls about this, but now I don't get as many, and I believe it's because this is in here. You should also purchase some bags for packing and delivering your Avon products. I give them the clear literature bag thing here so that they know what that is. To hang brochures, I tell them that. I give them the plastic bags, the popcorn bags, and then also I have on here paper shopping bags are much nicer bags with nylon handles for carrying. I use them for high dollar orders like clothes, shoes, a new gift bags, jewelry. I give them the sizes it comes in. I give them the item number so they don't have to look it up. Yes, I do. I am making sure they have the information to make them successful. If you are using the handwritten order books, you may want to order those. They're free, and I have that on here too. Continue to check your email for important announcements from your Avon team that will help you succeed, including district sales managers, our meetings, blah, blah, blah. So all that's on there. The last page is important phone numbers and everything that they need to need. You're going to see that I have things like customer support, leadership, fundraiser hotline, product hotline, e-representative hotline in case a customer has problems with one of their orders and they've ordered online. Then I tell them the other numbers are available in the community section, and I tell them how to get there. Then I have the thing where it says upline. This one is for me, Molly Stone-Bibb. I have my numbers. I have my email. I have the district manager again. I have the district manager phone number, and I have the district manager's email address. Other important info is what? I tell them about my YouTubes. I tell them about my conference calls again. I tell them about my Facebook. And then again, I say I've included my business card, wishing you much success in your Avon business. And I sign it, and this is the end page. This is the 4 most important pages in this packet. You hear me? 4 most important. Just got to tell you that. They are. Because everything in a nutshell is wrapped up in those 4 sheets. So if you don't use anything else, you'll want to use that. But some of them says you have to use some of this stuff. Why? Because I say it's included. That's why. Like here I give the how much the brochures are. This is off of the Avon page. So I give this to them. And Avon may still put this in their kit. I don't know. But in case they don't, I want to make sure that they know the more they get, the cheaper they are. The other thing I get, again, I know it comes in their packet. And as you see, this is normally in color. I don't. I do it in black and white. And I give them the jump start because when they're calling me and we're going over this, I want them to understand how easy it is for them to fall in line with leadership. I want them to know how easy it is and how they can make money right off the get-go from forming their own team, because that's when it starts. Your timeline starts immediately as soon as you sign on the line or you click on the box. So I want to make sure they know, and I go over this, so I put the Jumpstart flyer in there. This is a personal thing for me. This is the Avon motto. And yes, I do this one in color. I'm not telling you you have to, but I do. Ever since this came out at one of the conventions, this has really meant a lot to me. And if you haven't heard it before or you haven't seen it, you need to. And you need to make your team aware of it also. It says, this is the company that puts mascara on lashes and food on the table, that fights wrinkles with one hand and breast cancer with the other, that knows the value of a perfect lip, but still opens its mouth and speaks out against domestic violence and for women's financial independence. This is a company that not only brings beauty to doors, but also opens them. The company that supports 6 million representatives in over 100 countries. This is Avon. The company that for over 125 years has stood for beauty, innovation, optimism, and above all, for women and a few good men. This, when you really sit down and you read it, when you really read it, for me, there was so much that it meant to me when I first came aboard, and so much years later, that it's so endearing to my heart. The company that puts mascara on lashes. See, I can remember when it was hard for me to afford mascara. Food on the table. I was fighting for that at times. Fights wrinkles with one hand and breast cancer with the other. It may not be breast cancer that somebody in my family is fighting right now, but my brother is fighting lymphoma. And Avon is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, in the breast cancer support to get rid of this dreadful disease. And I stand proud to be a part of that. The company that speaks out against domestic violence, rather emotional violence or abuse or physical. Financial independence, because I was told I would never have that. I would always have to depend on somebody else to have that for most of my life. And Avon bought that to me. The company that brings beauty to doors. The optimism, above all, for women and a few good men. Yeah, I have a few good men, but I know a few good men in Avon, and I think for any man who tries to make a better life for himself through this company, he's a very wise man. That's what I have to say about that. You know, Avon's done a whole lot for me. And it didn't save my life, but it gave me the opportunity to save my life. So I'm very passionate about Avon. And when Avon doesn't get something right, I don't like it. When they make a dumb move, I don't like it. But I figure out a way to work around it because I believe in this company and everything it stands for. Okay, let's move in. I don't want to snot all over you. So, okay, I put the 70 ways to get more customers and recruits. This is also going to be a thing, and I go over some of these with them when we're on the phone talking, okay? Like things like get family and friends to get orders for you at their work. Advertise on your church bulletin board. Introduce a flyer with a sample in your bill payments. I love the hold an open house. Make a flyer asking for referrals to your customers. Call those who said, I'll call you back and let you know. See, there's certain ones I just pick out and I go, so see, you can do this, but here's when you're discouraged, there's 70 more ways to try to get it done. So that's awesome, all right? Now, let's see here. The other thing I give them is this. I love this. This is the buy or sell tab flyer. There's also another one that's on the site too that Teresa Paul has graciously shared with us. That's awesome. I like this too because it's got the product on there. These are the tabs where you can, put your name and number or email, whatever you want to put. I tell everybody, cut these and then tear one off here, one off here. And if you have Wawas or Sheets or Dash-Ins or 7-Elevens or whatever it is y'all have in your neck of the woods, okay, pin these up. Any place that has a bulletin board, maybe a library, maybe a convenience store, maybe a grocery store. I always have them with me so that when I find one, I can put those up along with some recruiting flyers. So these are on here too for you. Money management suggestions for new representatives. I love this. Why do I love this? Because it talks about taking orders, requesting a deposit. It talks about delivering the orders to the customers. It talks about making payments to Avon. And then the second page, this is a 2-pager. It also talks to them about how to figure out what they earn when they buy stuff for themselves, when they bought their brochures. And it also gives them a sample down on the bottom, an example. So I have included this because if nothing else, I can say break this out and let's use this to figure out your invoice that you just got. Perfect deal. Yes, I do. I know this comes with Avon's starter pack, but just for you. But I love going over this because I want them to understand when I've told them, hey, let's work on a $300 order. But if their order is over $100 or more, that they are going to get a gift from Avon when they pay for that order, okay? And then they have the opportunity to get a $125 bundle that they can use for themselves, that they can demo, that they can sell to people and make 100% profit off what they do. This is fabulous, and all of the representatives should be taking care of that, okay? All right. The other thing I use, one of my favorite things, and Teresa Paul will tell you that this is awesome, is the customer follow-up list. This is on Avon.com, but this is also something I just keep on my computer. When you pull this up and you look at this customer follow-up list, I love this. This is what I started with 10 years ago. I put their name down. I put it has instructions down on the bottom, so you know, so you don't have to figure it out. It says you put a B in the box if you left a brochure. If they placed an order, you can put down how much they spent. If there was no order that campaign, if you called them back, there's a code for that. If there was no contact, because look, when you got 5 customers, it's pretty easy to keep up with. But when you got 25, 40, 50, 60, I have 370 or something now. Keeping up with them? Are you kidding? You need to know how you are. And look, as my business got bigger, I found new ways to do it. Do I use this now? I don't use this now. But this is what I used when I started. And I made President's Club my first year with Avon. And this was part of the success because this is what Marianne and Ray Penn turned me onto. And this is how I look like a really great representative. Even when I felt like I didn't know what I was doing, this helped me. So it's awesome. Okay? All right. Now, Business Booster. Yes, I put this sheet in here too. And I do put it in black and white. I don't put it like this. And yes, they do get this in the kit. But again, just like the Just For You, I want to make sure that they realize how important this Business Booster is. I want to make sure that they understand that they can show this to people, that this is so professional looking, but yet, look, it comes with, all these full-size products. It comes with all these samples. It comes with Success Magazine, which I subscribe to and think it's the best thing in the world. It comes with another CD besides the one that their kit came with. Isn't this wonderful that they can take them and pop them in the car and they can listen to them when they're frustrated or somebody's told them they'll never be anybody and you need to give up that Avon thing. It didn't work for me. I didn't make no money in Avon. I don't know why you trying to do that Avon thing. You just need to give up now. Just give up. Just leave it. Just throw it in the trash. Just give up. And they can put that CD in and say, this says that people would say, what people would tell me this, and I'm going to keep at it because I'm going to be good at that. I wish I'd had a CD like that, because I didn't get a lot of support in the beginning either. But I love the CDs Avon's including. This is stuff they're getting right. You see this? And look, I let them know too. They only have a chance to purchase this and their first 3 campaigns from the campaign they start in. So not the campaign you sign them up in, but the campaign from the very first that they place an order in campaign 12. They have 12, 13, and 14 to order this. But it's $35, and it also has the product number and all on here. And what's really great is that it goes towards their $100 that they need. In my case, the $300 that they need, and it will help their business, and they can sell those products, full-size products, make 100% instead of, 50% or 30% or whatever it may be. Okay? So, in the end, that is the Molly Bible for successful new representatives. Boy, that's a mouthful, isn't it? So, this is what I do. I put this in. I wrap it up, I sign it, I put a smiley face, I put it in an envelope, and I mail it out. Yes, snail mail. I cannot stress how important that is. Something about opening it up and seeing their name on it and knowing that they can call you and you can go over it together. And even for those who don't call me and go over it, the point is it makes it easier for them to reach out to me. And if they don't, and they don't want anything to do with me, they just want to do this on their own, great, let them. It's awesome. Okay, so that is what I'm telling you. This is already like way long, okay, way long, but there was just no way to get around it and share everything with you. So I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you use it. Go to Onward and make sure that everything is how you need it, okay, and make it your own. I'm not telling you to use exactly what I use. This is a guide to things that works for me and things that work for me and my team, okay? Things that I feel like these are the things that I was given as a new representative, and I think it's important to be able to duplicate. Whatever you do, the secret of this business, besides not giving up, is duplication. Whatever you do, somebody else should be able to do. It's like I said, what I send people now with all the goodies is what I send as a senior executive. My executive and my unit leaders and candidates can't do that. That's okay. They'll be able to build up to that one day, and they'll be happy they can. But they put a thing of samples or a couple things of samples with this packet. It's the information that's the most important. It's the need, the partnership, so that they feel like they're not in this business alone, that you care, that you sent something for them. That's what's important. So get out there and sign up those new representatives and get them off to a good start, and know that you can do this no matter what anybody says to you. The only person who can quit on you is you. It doesn't matter who else says anything about you or says that you're a loser or that stupid Avon thing. You know what? More than 10 years now, I've had a lot of people who not only have said it's a stupid Avon thing, they still say it. But I'm laughing all the way to the bank with just one job now, with my bills always paid on time. I don't have everything paid off that I want to, and I'm not making everything I want to. But Avon's given me a way to earn as much as I want, as long as I put the right practices into practice, and I'm just not waiting for somebody to sit around and do it for me. So now I've given you some tools that you do not have to sit around. You can use what I've given you, and you can go forth with a little bit of added effort, help your team do the same. So that's what I hope for you. So until then, next week I'm going to Puerto Rico. Yay! I'm so excited. But until then, go forth. Onward. Onward. No matter what. Make your own success kit and get those reps to the top. And before you know it, you're going to be looking down from the mountain going, whoa, how did I get here? And it's going to feel really, really good. Okay? So, love you all, and I will see you next time. Bye.